In this chapter I'm going to show you a common scenario for when a group of any number of people, a team per se, need to have shared access to the same securely encrypted container. Our main user, Joe, will own the new team's shared container. He, and his 3 co-workers by regulatory requirement, must securely share collaborative working folders and files. Joe's first step as owner is to create the team's group key box. Thereafter, he copies his public key, paired with a private key, located in his personal MyKey box, and insert a copy of it into the new group key box. Next, Joe will request from his co-workers, using the Verum Securitas highly secure messaging tool, bulletin board, for the required addition of their public key. Upon receiving Joe's request, the co-workers will also use the bulletin board tool in replying to his message. They will enclose and forward their own individual public key. When Joe receives his co-workers' 3 public keys, once again he inserts them into the team's new group key box. Following insertion of individual public key, to represent collective ownership of the group key box. Now, the team can mutually share access rights to any VS Vault container that can only be opened using their group key box, with the group key box utilized as a single key. Now let's see what this process looks like using the VS Vault application. Joe will log in by entering his credentials. First he selects the Keys Management button. Then selects the Add Key Box button. Next, he enters a name for the new group key box, inserts a mark in the group checkbox, and then selects the Save button. VS Vault informs him the group key box now exists, and he selects OK. Joe opens his personal key box, MyKey box, to choose which of his private keys to use, selecting the Copy icon on the right of the preferred private key to use. Next, he selects the newly available group key box displayed in the drop-down list. Selects the Upload button, and then the Save button. VS Vault informs him that he has copied his public key paired with a private key to the group key box, and he is taken back to the screen displaying his inventory of keys, and finally he selects the OK button. He selects the Cancel button, and is back at the Keys Management screen, whereby he selects the group key box, and shows us his public key is in the new group key box. Now he navigates to the bulletin board tool to send a group message to his team, requesting their public keys for the group key box. First he locates and selects their email addresses in his address book. Lastly, selecting the Send to button. Next he enters both a subject and message about public key requirement. The bulletin board tool securely transfers communication with precision to intended recipients. Now, Joe's co-worker, Anna, will log in. Anna will open the bulletin board tool and see that she has a message from Joe requesting a public key for the team's group key box. Anna enters both a reply subject and message. And for intent of this message exchange, will either create a public key to user choose in the Add Key drop-down, a single, or one of a possible many public keys that Anna owns, and selects the Send button. The 2 other co-workers will follow the same process to securely enclose and send their chosen public key. Back to Joe. We see he's probably coming back from his lunch break and logging back into VS Vault. He notices there are messages in the bulletin board, and so opens the tool. Instantly it's visually depicted that his teammates have sent their public keys. But wait, we see public key icons. Well, that is one of the many secret innovative mechanisms under the hood of VS Vault. Now Joe demonstrates that he can insert the team's public keys to the group key box, either by sequentially opening each individual message and inserting, or by more simply, using the bulletin board screen, whereby he quickly marks in the checkboxes all relevant keys at once. Next, using the pop-up dialog, he chooses the group key box to insert the first key, can uniquely edit over the sender's default label for the key, and lastly he selects the Save button. VS Vault informs him the first key is inserted in the group key box, and visually depicts a green check next to that inserted key. Lastly, he iterates and inserts each teammate's key into the group key box. Joe now wants to show us that all his teammates' public keys have been inserted. Finally, we have a team group key box that is ready to encrypt the shared container of team folders and files. Note, there are no limitations on the number of users for a given group key box. Also, anytime a user is added or removed from a group key box, we must immediately save any shared containers that are secured using that group key box.